What's good, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Amajita Football Show. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, I am not alone. I am with
Benjamin G, Mr. Man of the Match, Ditsil.
and I'm Israel S. Ditzel, the Robert Marawa of this particular show. Well, as you can see by the title, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be talking about the second leg of Mamelodi Sundowns going head-to-head with Esperance. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share this with friends and loved ones. We love you. Man, let's get straight into it. Well, it was not an easy game for Mamelodi Sundowns. They rather came out of Loftus being champions, but it was quite a tough one. I mean, 1-0 championship score. It's not easy. It clearly shows it wasn't a good game to, pull results out of it.
I think what also took most of the, limelight was, what happened off the pitch with the fans, going for each other. But it just shows the intensity of how much of a big game this is, you get what I'm saying? I'm going to say, though, deservedly, Sundowns deserved to win that game. They came out as 1-0 winners because Esperance did exactly what we thought they're going to do. Go there and defend and maybe look for a draw. But now this game is going to be different, tomorrow night at 9 p.m. I think Esperance is going to come out there guns blazing, man. They are playing home. And, CAF Champions League, they are playing to win. You get what I'm saying? So, hostile territory and what happened, at Loftus Versfeld, they're going to probably want to return the favor. So, it's going to be quite a fiery matchup. Well,
when you think of it, though, not a lot of supporters really travel Urkant. So, I'm not sure if they'll really get, their piece on that. But second leg, how do you see this one panning out in terms of formation-wise and, mentality of Mamelodi Sundowns?
Well, for me, I don't think Coach Miguel Cardoso should be changing much. I think the team that played, on Sunday or Saturday it is, I think they did well, if you ask me. You get what I'm saying? Not Saturday, last week, Tuesday. But yeah, whatever. I think they played well, you get what I'm saying? I just think the creativity was lacking a bit for me, you get what I'm saying? So I think Sundowns should go there, play a mid-block and try to get, Esperance on a transition, but to be very cautious at the back, you get what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I don't know, 5-3-2 or 3-5-2, I don't know. But yeah, what about you?
No, very valid point. I was actually thinking the same formation. A 3-5-2 really will keep it balanced, especially how now we will need to get at least one goal. We will need those strikers very focused. Maybe a Shalulile and a Reyners. I know maybe, Ribeiro Costa can also come in. But for now, I think those two strikers will be very vital coming into that game.
And how important is the mentality from a Mamelodi Sundowns side that knows Esperance is going to be hostile, the fans and everything? How should they go in there? How should Coach Miguel Cardoso prepare them mentally?
It's so easy for Coach Cardoso to just be like, we will match their arrogance, we'll match their high aggressiveness. But I think, this is where actually Coach Steve Kompela comes into the role, as we know that he is also a psychologist of some sort, life coach. So it will be important for him to actually calm the boys down, to calm the players down, to say, listen, here are Simohaimo, let's not disrespect anyone. Let's just do what we came here to do, and which is just play football. Let us give the supporters an entertaining game. It will be much better if we make it bittersweet for them to say, here's a game at home and they got to lose it again against Sundowns. So I think it will be very vital for Steve Kompela to speak ka language yabona as well, to say, gents, let us just keep our head in the game. Never mind the supporters, never mind your surroundings. Let us just win the game. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I want us to talk about somebody. I know, time, but I want us to discuss Modiba Braga, on the left side there. He's a good player, everybody knows, Bafana International. However, don't you think he's been absent-minded this past few fixtures against Orlando Pirates, had a bad performance, and Esperance last week as well. And should he start tomorrow's game?
Those are the games that you have highlighted, but in he has gone back to that Modiba Olari meeting with Sundowns. He doesn't really look fit to be a Sundowns player. But for now, I don't think he should start. I think if he had pressure, more high more. So I think really just play someone else, and for not just I don't think the reshuffling should be too much, but definitely Modiba is not a player who can start the game. He lacked runs. He just lacked intentionality. You know, like Ogare, he goes absent-minded during a game and is like, okay, what are we here to do, Ghana? You know, so yeah, for Nano, he shouldn't start the game.
Right, I was going to ask you the three most important players, both from Esperance and Mamelodi Sundowns, but let's take a different approach right now. Just highlight one player for you that's going to be a special key for both Mamelodi Sundowns and Esperance.
I honestly thought Mugwana, right, was going to do a whole lot more in giving insight. You get what I mean? You like Mayo has done for Belouizdad, you know, very vital. So for now, I really hope he showcases himself in front of South Africans and also, you know, the team he's playing for, because the fans will actually look for him to show up, because we thought he was going to show up for Bona, you know. But yeah, that's one player for Esperance. And this side, I think, man, Adams is just good, man. Adams is just good. But I don't think, you know, it's a tough one, go down. There are a lot of players who have quality, but I'll just say, for the sake of the midfield and holding that midfield, being very vital and strong and physical, they were Homogwen.
Yeah, definitely. Well, now it will be Gonate from Esperance. I love his energy. You know, he brings a lot of energy into the game. You saw he was running up and down. You hear Moloftasi. So I think it's going to be very important for Tunis to put pressure on Mamelodi Sundowns. And then for Mamelodi Sundowns, I'm going to have to say, speed point, you know, Lucas Ribeiro Costa. You get what I'm saying? Because honestly, I do think that Mamelodi Sundowns lacked a bit of creativity, you know, last week, Tuesday. So we need that creativity. We need him on the ball. Ajige, Abatse on. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, let's discuss formation here, ES Tunis, before we close the show.
For now, I feel like they should just go 3-4-3. Just to bring the game to Mamelodi Sundowns. They are falling behind already, so they'll need the most players to show up on the pitch. So for now, attacking-wise, 3-4-3 allows them, you know, to attack in terms of the wingers and also come back and support the defense. So that's the best strategy for now they could have.
Yeah, no, indeed. I was thinking they should go with the 4-4-2, you know, but then if later, and they would want to come and pressurize, you know, Mamelodi Sundowns and attack Mamelodi Sundowns the whole day. So you are right. I have to say with the 3-4-3 or a 4-3-3. But yeah, that's it from us, ladies and gentlemen. Please tell us who you think is going to win this game. Do you think Mamelodi Sundowns is going into the semi-finals of the CAF Champions League, or will ES Tunis upset and come back from nothing? It is the CAF Champions League after all. Ladies and gentlemen, please remember to subscribe, like, comment, and share this with friends and loved ones. From us, Amajita Asbong.